What is up, y'all? Welcome to the Titan Report podcast. My name is Jackson Weber. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Had a good interview with First and Tuna with Pierce, and a great guy overall. We had a really fun time talking to Rams and Titans with him. It was a really fun time. So it's a 31.5-minute interview. There's a couple key points in there. We did talk about a lot of game day stuff, talk about his podcast, what he does on the show, a lot more coming up. And we gave our score predictions at the end of the episode as well. So stay tuned to that. So, all right, y'all. See y'all after the show. Tighten up. What up, guys? To the 12th episode. My name is Titan Report Podcast. We got my man Pierce DeLuna. Pierce, welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming on and talking about the Rams and Titans this week, man.
Of course, man. I had to when you reached out, you said let's talk a little Rams Titans. So I was like, you know what? Let me show these Tennessee folks how LA rolls.
And if before we get started, I know you showed me your jersey. If you want to show Titans fans your jersey that you have on, we got Titan and Ram legend Johnny Hecker jersey on that. It looks fresh, my man. Look at that. Love that. So that's cool to have on. So we'll talk about a lot of injury updates today. We got a Titan injury update last night. That's a little bit concerning that you guys have a couple injury concerns on the offensive line as well. We're going to talk about that. Talk about Stafford. Talk about Puka. I got a couple players I'm going to ask you questions about because there's a lot of new players on this Rams defense that I like also. So let's get right into it. Matthew Stafford. So obviously the biggest question for you guys this offseason, right, was to keep Stafford, move on from Stafford. Obviously there's a rumor that you guys are going to get Aaron Rodgers, right? There's a tiny rumor out that. I don't know if you saw that by chance.
I saw that.
So obviously that was a big question, the big contract this offseason with Stafford. I didn't see much of the game. I saw a couple of clips on Sunday. How do you feel like Stafford was doing on Sunday? What you expect him to be on Sunday? How do you look with his injury?
Well, first he looked great. No Rams fan wanted any other quarterback besides Stafford. And you talk to any Rams fan, like that is the guy. We live and breathe and die as Stafford goes. So we're happy he's here, no matter what it costs. Pay him $100 million. We don't care. His back, it's with Sean McVay, like he does not do a good job at giving injury reports. He's very wishy-washy, and like he gets himself caught in situations where he like says too much or says too little, and then something changes the next day, so he looks like he's lying. We're in the camp that we believe that they were being overly cautious with his back, because I know that was a big thing with his back injury. I think with him and other players, because we had such terrible starts to seasons the last few years, like, bro, we had to like climb out of like 1-5, 2-6 to make the playoffs. I think they don't want to deal with that anymore. So there's like, hey, you cut your finger, you're sitting out practice. Like, don't even show up because they want you ready for the games. But no, at the game, Houston's defense is really good, really aggressive. They had his timing, like he had to get rid of the ball quicker. So he missed some deep shots. They could have had bigger explosive plays, but he opted for shorter passes just to avoid sacks. Something I know Cam Ward wishes he was doing a little bit, because that was rough. But no, Stafford looks good. We're ready to roll with our boy.
And Callahan did say earlier this week that he's ready to face Stafford because they remembered each other in Detroit. So that's also going to be very exciting as well. Injury updates. I have the injury report right here. A couple injury reports that you might be concerned about. Kevin Dawson and Steve Avila, your two interior guards on Sunday. Before I ask you a question, Titans tackle JC Latham confirmed he's out. So he has a hip injury. He's been doing about a month. You guys might have some pressure on the right side. So that's a plus for you, but a couple minuses. Dodson did limited play yesterday. So if those two guys are out, who's going to step in for those guys on the offensive line?
Yeah, I wrote about this the other day. It would be Bo Limmer. Bo Limmer, he played center for us most of the year last year. He was a rookie last season. Bit like kind of came out of nowhere. Like did really well. Like honestly helped save our season so that we could make the playoffs. He gets a lot of trash because he had a few bad plays at the end of the Eagles playoff game where it's Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
You're asking a rookie to block Jalen Carter. Like you probably should have had someone help him.
Right.
He does well in the run game. He has some weak spots in pass protection, which worries me. Even if Steve Avila at left guard, even if Kevin Dotson at right guard can start and play, dude, Jeffrey Simmons is such a fucking beast.
Yeah,
like I'm so worried about that. Like legitimately, this could be the same thing we had in week 1, where because of like Jeffrey Simmons in the defense, this is a low scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if Argars is starting, because like there's only so much you can do. Like you can't win every rep, and Jeffrey Simmons makes it really freaking hard. Who comes in at right tackle for you guys? Because I know that's concerning.
There's a couple guys. So Latham, the second-year guy of Alabama. So we signed a guy from the Saints in the offseason. Can never pronounce his name. Nobody really can. It's Uda. We signed him in the offseason from the Saints. So I'm not even going to try to say his first name. They're bringing up somebody from the practice squad. So they're going to do swing tackle. So we'll see how that goes on Sunday. Last year, the Titans tried that a lot. We had, last year, I remember the Titans tried, they had MPF, Nicholas Petit-Fier, who absolutely was stinky last year. They rotated a lot last year. So I think it's going to be a big question on Sunday for Latham. Who plays on is that Fisk or is that Verse on that right side of the D-line?
That would be Byron Young, number 0.
Yeah, I saw he told like 9 tackles, and a couple of pressures I think I saw. That's another question I want to talk about. Another guy that really stood out on Sunday, Nate Landman, linebacker. I do want to talk about him. What impact? I saw the forced fumble in the game. Looks like he made an impact of the Rams. If you do want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, it's been a huge topic of conversation, like even through training camp. I was lucky enough to be with media credentials at training camp, so being on the sideline, cool, watching practices. Nate Landman like just stood out. Like I'm not sure what your background is, like playing football, but if you've played football, like when you're on the field, you just look at some guys and it's like they just got it. Like, oh yeah, like you belong in your position. He belongs at middle linebacker. Like he was born to be that. For Rams fans, we get really frustrated with middle linebacker because it feels like we constantly had guys at the position that just a little bit too slow, a little bit just not in the right position. Landman is downhill. Like he's beating running backs to the hole. He's taking guys down, solo tackles. Really something we needed. Like I think that's the reason why we did not win a Super Bowl last season was because of middle linebacker. So now that we have him, hopefully week 1 is a regularity because we love him.
Another guy do want to talk about the secondary, Manuel Forbes. I think you guys picked him up off of waivers last year. I'm pretty sure from Washington.
In December, yeah.
Yeah, is he? He's DB 2, 3. I think he started a little bit last week, correct?
So it's interesting. That's actually like a good topic. We have the way defensive coordinator Chris Shula talks about it. They believe they have 4 starting corners. They could not differentiate who was better at certain things in training camp. So it's kind of week by week. Last week, it was Akella Witherspoon and Emmanuel Forbes starting at corner. This week might be different. They might think that Darius Williams matches up better at Calvin Ridley. They might think Akella matches up better with how do you say his name? Iomanor?
Iomanor, yeah. Iomanor.
Iomanor.
Yeah,
I like him. I watched this stuff out of Stanford. I'm not surprised. He's starting, right?
Yeah, he's starting. I think he's the number 2, number 3. Depends surprised. Where Lockett's gonna go. But I think Lockett's number 3, so Iomanor's number 2. So you definitely should have had a catch last week. The elbow and bounds. I talked to you about it.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But yeah, Forbes, man. I interviewed Forbes during camp. He's cool. super humble. He's just like he got a fresh start here, and like you can look. People called him a bust in Washington. Like I look at it this way: like sometimes shit just doesn't work out. Sorry about the language.
You're good. You're good.
Sometimes stuff doesn't work out at work. Like we've all had a job where we didn't like where we worked at. And then you get a new job, and you're just like you're better.
Yeah,
like
you're succeeding, that's real life. Of course. Yeah, 100%.
That's real life.
I'm glad you explained that too, especially because I know there's a lot of players like that in the league. So that's definitely a good topic to talk about. Another fan favorite, I think, for the Rams, Tyler Higbee. So I know he's kind of taken a step back in the tight end number 2. Is he healthy? Does he look good and ready for Sunday?
He's healthy. He didn't have a catch. I don't think they even threw it his way once. They threw it to some other tight ends. What you're probably going to see from the Rams offense is a lot of 12 personnel. So 2 tight ends on the field. And it could be Higbee and Davis Allen. It might be Davis Allen and our rookie Terrence Ferguson. The 4th tight end, Colby Parkinson, he might be out. He's got a shoulder injury, so he might not. We might only have 3 tight ends for this game. But they they like him. He's a safety blanket, but if he's not needed, like he has no problem going 0 catches and just block the whole day. That's kind of the way the tight end room works for us.
And before we shift to a lot of defense, I know we're kind of going over here. So I know something to be excited about is you guys got Devontae and Puka. That's pretty good, two weapons right there. So Puka, obviously, he got injured earlier in the game with a concussion, I believe. Did you see that big scar on Puka? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So
battle scars, baby.
Yeah, there you go. So does he? I know Devontae got targeted 8 times for 4 catches, 51 yards. Devontae is probably going to go mostly against, could be going against Dale Baker Jr., Roger McCary. Just depends where the Titans go. Because Snead, the thing about this is Snead's not happy about last week. He only played 19 snaps on the defense, 1 half. So it'll be interesting to see if the Titans let him go more in the second half this game, which I was kind of confused about last week. So we'll see a lot of Devontae versus Snead action. Tell me a little bit about Devontae Adams, especially fans as well have not really kept up. And what did you see in week 1 from Devontae?
That's interesting. We'll come back to the Snead thing because I had questions about that. Because I wasn't aware of that. It really depends what you're going to get this week between Devontae and Puka. It depends on your guys' defense, honestly. That's another group where it's a really deep group. Tutu Atwell is very, very talented. Xavier Smith, Jordan Whittington. Like, we love all those guys.
Yeah.
The main focus is Adams and Puka because they are just, like, they get open. They're really good at leverage. Last week against Derek Stingley Jr., like you guys, you're familiar with him. He's a great corner.
Stingley Jr., he's great. Yeah,
great corner. He traveled with Devontae Adams the whole game. Like, he followed him around everywhere. There was 2 drop passes and an overthrow to Adams. Like, little rusty, looked pretty bad. But then he got on track. He had a great ball deep downfield on the left sideline against Stingley, like a back shoulder throw, like classic Devontae Adams. Yeah. And Puka just gets open. Like, he doesn't care if there's someone on him. He doesn't care if he catches a 1-yard like screen. He's going to go find contact. So I don't know what's going on with Snead. If that's really your best cover corner, he'll probably stick with Adams. The Puka thing, man, it's like by committee. You just got to hit him over and over. Yeah. Luckily, he cleared concussion protocols. He just had that gash. Yeah. But his bandages are off, so he's good to go.
That's good to go. So you have a question about Snead you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. What was he injured? Is he coming off injury? Is he just like not doing well? Like, why was he limited in snaps? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Snead had an issue last year. He only played 5 games with the Titans with a quad injury, big issue. Mm-hmm. And Snead missed all the games, and after the fight and after Indy, and all the Titans fans are kind of irritated about it. And coming into this offseason, Snead was getting healthy. We didn't see him during the spring OTAs or spring practice. Then coming into the summer camp, right? Brian Borgonzi and Chad Brinker said Snead got knee surgery just to clean up, which nobody knew in the offseason. Nobody really talked about. It was kind of a shock, right? Like, we're all like, where the heck did this come from? So that's been a big question this offseason. Snead's going to be ready for week 1. He did not do any of the practices. He didn't do anything until like the last week of the season. So he got active, I think, the 22nd. He got active off of PvP list. So they've been trying to steady him. But Snead says, I'm ready. He's limited this week with a knee injury. I'm going to guess again, Darius Baker Jr. Is going to be also QB number 2. So Snead's also going to probably be the quarterback 3 in this game again. So I don't know how many snaps he's going to take in this game. No one's really been talking about it, but Callahan says they've been kind of steady with him. They're trying to see how he is in the practice. But it's a big concern for the Titans DB room, man, because Jarvis Brown at least struggled on Sunday, I thought, because he had a lot of holding calls and a lot of DPIs, which I think were kind of a couple of calls were not really great. But Snead's going to be the biggest question on Sunday. We got to see if he's going to play more snaps. The 19 snaps in the first half, no clue. Nobody knew. I mean, I was kind of confused. He was on the sideline with no helmet, just sitting there with the linebackers coach, Frank Bush, and no one really said anything. So I don't know why he only did that the first half. Kind of questioning. He definitely should have played more in the second half, in my opinion. Another injury to talk about is T'Vondre Sweat. He got hurt later in the game in the fourth quarter. That's another guy that the Rams have to watch for the offensive line. And that's going to be concerning for Sunday. If Sweat can't go, they're going to have to bring up Carlos Watkins or Shy Turtle as the backup D tackles in place of T'Vondre Sweat.
Damn, you guys are just like, what the hell's going on? What's in the water in
Right,
Tennessee?
right, exactly.
Are you
Yeah,
guys like
just a lot of
jet
injuries.
skiing after every practice? Like, what are
Right.
we
Well, they
doing?
just went fishing, so I mean, the whole team went fishing. Another someone I do want to talk about. I know you're familiar with Cody Barton. He was a big wreck on Sunday. He looked really great as a linebacker room. And kind of like you guys said, the Titans have been missing the starting linebacker room forever now. They Sean Evans, Jalen Brown did not work out. You try to bring in Kenneth Murray last year. Ernest Jones got traded in the middle of last season. Kind of frustrating. So Cody Barton took a big step. Cedric Gray is a guy to keep on defense. This guy made really impressive in training camp. This guy made really good in preseason as well. So those two guys, along with James Williams from Miami, couple of seasons ago, converted from safety to linebacker, is also going to be someone to keep an eye on. I'm excited for just to see what the linebackers can do. I'm very excited for the pressure. Another concerning is we have no edge guys. We have no edge group. Jeremiah Jones is slow off the edge. He did not do much. He only got one tackle on week number 1 against Denver. And same with Arden Key. He only made a couple tackles. So those are a couple guys I think that your tackles are going to be safe from. So I think that's not to be too concerned about. So it's also going to be questionable. But running back room, Pollard took a hit. He gave a fumble on Sunday, which I was a little frustrated about.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So,
Kyron Williams, for us too, that was a thing. Like as good as Kyron Williams is, he had like 6 fumbles last year. So we're no stranger to those frustrations. Trust me.
I know about that. So that'll something to keep in mind about. Another thing is, you familiar? I was gonna say this about 2021. Were you there at the game when the Titans Rams 2021?
No, but that game is still one of the most frustrating games that I've experienced in the last few years. Like we got our asses whooped.
Yeah.
It looked close early, but it never felt like it. Like you guys just were them Ryan Tannehill Titans, man. I don't know what it was, but you guys just figured out how to win games, and that was a tough loss to take because I was watching it with my neighbors, and and I was the only Rams fan in the room, and I'm just getting clowned the whole time. So that was a brutal game.
You go. It's funny enough, half my friends are also Rams fans. Like half of them. Like my dad's closest neighbors, like a lot of my friends are Rams fans. So, but I respect y'all, Rams, man. I love
is that out of proximity to St. Louis? You think, like Missouri and everything?
You mean just why they're Rams fans, or?
Yeah.
No, so I grew up in Orange County, so I'm from back there. So a lot of people around us. My couple friends live in the Valley. They love the Rams. So I grew up with the Rams as well. My dad grew up with the Rams, but he didn't really follow much during St. Louis. That's another thing I was going to talk about: the 1 yard line tackle. Do you? That's something that even if myself, I wasn't even alive for that play, and that still haunts me.
I was a kid.
You were a kid. Did you watch that? Were you a Rams fan then?
As far as I can remember, I was a kid, like young kid, like I was like 8. At the time, like it's not something that you're just like, oh, it was a huge moment. But I do remember watching it of like, oh, it's crazy, like the defense stopped them. But when you as you get older and you watch more and more football, you're like, it's kind of insane. Like, you guys were 1 yard away from winning the Super Bowl.
1 yard away, man.
And even worse, I took a tour of NFL Network a few months ago, and on their like 3rd or 4th floor where they got all their meeting rooms, each like glass windowed meeting room has like a famous NFL play, like kind of muraled on the glass, and one of the rooms is that tackle.
Oh wow,
being made. So like you walk into the meeting room, it's just the outstretched arm. Yeah, it's everywhere.
So it appears everyone pretty knows you as a podcast. My biggest question is why did you start a podcast? What made you get the idea to start your own podcast?
I appreciate you asking, man. A little bit of ego. If I'm being honest. My degree was in history, like historical research. So naturally I feel I'm a strong writer. And one of my pet peeves of just being, like most of us are football internet nerds, I hated how the media landscape is clickbaity, rage baity. It's like attacks players. Like there's beat writers across different teams where like, I don't know how you're employed because you attack players. It's not critical. You don't watch the film. You're just going after a guy's character. And like, half the stuff you read, it's like, was this written by AI? So it got to a point where I'm like, I literally sat there, read someone's article. I'm like, I can do better than this.
Yeah.
I started the podcast out of like a necessary means because it's easy to, get your name out there. Video,
right.
people love YouTube. After the 2023 season, I started falling more in love with it. It was like, this actually is kind of fun. Started getting more traction. And now, like almost 2 years later, modest growth. We were like this morning, we just hit 700 subscribers.
Congrats, dude. That's incredible. That's great.
We got a ton of followers on Instagram. It's fun. It's gotten to a point where like all I want is like not just the fans respect, but the players respect. I'm out there at training camp and Emmanuel Forbes gives me the thumbs up. He's like, hey, like article was good.
That's cool.
Like, I don't want the players respect to know like I'm writing good pieces about you. And then it was weird this last Sunday, like we're at the game. And like I'm just at the tailgate, like people know me at the tailgate, so it's not surprising. Like, oh hey, Tuna, what's up? But in the stadium, twice randomly, like I'm just standing there, and then somebody comes up to me like, "Oh, hey, First and Tuna." That's wild.
That's wild. That's cool. That's awesome.
That is wild. Like it's awesome. Like I'm with my girlfriend, and I'm like I'm like this is weird, but it's weird, cool. Yeah, it is nice. It was very nice. Very nice.
That's great. So where can people find you on your podcast? Anywhere?
YouTube, man. First and Tuna. It's a weird name. No, we have nothing to do with fishing. It's just a goofy nickname that I've stuck with. And the Substack. If you guys like reading articles, definitely hit me up on Substack. We write 3 to 5 times a week, all football based. So yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's a passion to do. So that's great that you started something. I myself, I started this. I had an idea to do this myself. I do stuff off the clock, my other job, but I wanted to be like, hey, I just moved here from 2,000 miles away last year. I was like, where am I going to start with, right? And I thought about the Times podcast. So that's obviously a blessing. I'm very excited. So I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad that we can do this.
Damn. You so you just moved out there?
1 year ago. But we're still trying to transitioning a little bit. So I'll be back in later this month. I'm actually gonna go out there for some other baseball games, my Angels and stuff like that. I'm gonna go to a couple of those games, see some family and friends out there. So parts of Orange County.
Hey man, if you want to watch some football on a Sunday, do some collabing. You got my inbox.
So you're a Dodger fan, I'm gonna guess, if you like baseball?
I actually don't follow any baseball.
Really?
Whatsoever. No.
Okay.
That and basketball. That's a conversation for a different day. I am a Boston Celtics fan.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So most Rams fans, they once football season's over, they don't mess with me.
There you go. So we'll do before we end. We do 3 things that you guys want to see the Rams improve from Sunday. I'll do 3 things that we want to see my Titans improve on Sunday. I like that a lot. That's a good question. So you want to start? You want to take the floor?
Yeah. I want to see better communication on the O-line. They definitely struggled. The Texans threw some stunts. They do some blitzes that pressured Matthew Stafford. He got sacked twice, pressured a bunch of other times. He had the least time to throw. I think least or second least in the NFL after week 1. So definitely, yeah.
It's a good stat. That's actually interesting. Good stat right there.
That's why Jeffrey Simmons worries me.
Yeah, Big Jeff. That's a good one. And then you have a couple other ones that you want to kind of see?
Oh, yeah. Second one would be I want to see the coverage getting better. There was a few plays that they got beat on, but because the front 7 was so aggressive and pressuring CJ Stroud, they kind of got away with a few freebies. We'd like to see the coverage get a little bit better there. And then just our run game. I'll stick with the offense, the run game. I think if we're going to win in Tennessee and handle business, stop the run and just run the hell out of the ball. Force Cam Ward to throw 30+ times because I've seen Brian Callahan's play calling. He might get Cam Ward in some trouble.
He might get Cam, definitely. I think I agree with the offensive line. I think I'll start with the O-line. JC Latham being out, I think that's going to be a big issue for Sunday. Oli Odu is going to start at right tackle. So I think just number one, better protection on the tackles. I mean, you signed Dan Moore to $82.5 million contract. You want to see better from him. He had I wrote it down. He had a 31.8 grade on Sunday, 26.4 pass block alone. So the pass block on the O-line definitely needs to get better, in my opinion. I think the run game was pretty okay. I think definitely the pass block something you need to improve, and everyone on the offensive line. I think another thing is I want to see the receivers catch some balls. Too many damn drop balls, man. We dropped too many balls
Yeah.
Ridley dropped a couple. Chig dropped a couple. I'm like, man, sometimes you gotta get those balls in. You gotta receive them. A couple calls. Gunnar Helm and Eric Iomanner. We do talk about it in a minute. That catches could have been controversy, could have been questionable. I thought Gunnar and Alec caught those catches in bounds, especially the elbow, which we did talk about. Brian Callahan, that should have been a catch. He admitted on Monday, but that's no way possible. I should have been a catch in bounds. If no feet, if any part of your body's in elbow, it's in bounds, it counts. And the media
did he not know that?
He did not know that. He specifically said that they have to have 2 feet in bounds after the game. I'm looking at this. I'm like, are you serious? So I think Paul Kaharsi came after him and said, hey, what do you think about that? So Callahan expressed on Monday the day after, he's like, yeah, that's my bad, guys. That's my fault. So another number one thing too. Definitely think Cam Ward. I know a lot of Titans fans. This is a number one overall quarterback. I want to see. I think he held the ball on for a little bit too long. I think a couple plays he definitely should have got rid of it quicker. So I think number 3, just better improvement from Cam Ward. His first home start. I think that's gonna be very exciting for him.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's number 3. Definitely want to see him improve, especially get rid of that ball a little bit sooner.
And you're gonna be at the game, right?
Yeah, I'll be at the game. I know a lot. So we got season tickets.
That's awesome.
But we're on the Rams side, so we're on the home side at like 216. Okay. So I know you want to ask about Alec Iomanner a little bit, the receiver number 2 on this team.
I will, but I do want to say that is awesome, bro. Take photos because, like you just said, Cam Ward, first overall pick. You get to be like 20 years, however Cam Ward's career turns out. You get to say you were there at Cam Ward's first home game. That dude might end up being a Hall of Famer, and you get to say you were there, which is pretty cool. I like Iomanner. I don't know why he dropped so low in the draft. I know,
me neither.
Like, wide receiver heavy. There was a ton of them that came out that are supposed to be really good. How was he looking for you guys? I know that besides that one catch, is he getting open? Do you have other drops? Like, how was he looking for you guys?
Yeah, he looked good during, I think, training camp. He looked really, really great. I think he looks strong. He looks poised. I'm going to be honest with you, man. He doesn't even look like a rookie. He's looked like he's been there for a year or two. So I think that's something I'm very excited for on Sunday to see from Alec Iomanner. Obviously, the couple drops. He got open a couple passes. But I'm very excited for him this year, man. Guy from Stanford, fell from the draft. I'm a Trojan fan, so I saw Alec a couple times because the Trojans. It kind of hurt my heart a little bit. So I talked to him. I talked to Alec about that. I said, you destroyed my Trojans. So he kind of laughed, and he said, go Stanford. So same with Cleo Mullings. He's a Michigan fan who said, go blue, big blue instead of the Trojans. So I got a little hate for my Trojans on there, but I'm excited for him, especially take a big leap. I think Cam's going to find him a lot more in this game. I definitely am very excited for him to get open, hopefully, in this game. Another guy I know you're very familiar with, Tyler Lockett. His first, start with the Titans, the second start, first home start. I'm excited to see what he does. Sunday, Cam just didn't really find them. He didn't really find them too well, and that's something on the offense. I think you got to get Tyler Lockett going, especially on that third down. He's going to be your safety blanket. I think it's a guy who definitely needs to get open on third downs. Definitely needs to get open for Cam Ward. Hopefully Cam will release the ball better and definitely give Tyler a couple targets. I know he's done well against the Rams. I know Tyler Lockett has done pretty well against you guys in the past.
He's a very underrated wide receiver.
He's underrated. So
he's great hands. I gotta say, my only comment on the Cam Ward stuff, I forgot who said the quote, but it is always so true that organizations fail quarterbacks before quarterbacks fail organizations. This is on Brian Callahan's got to scheme up something, get the ball out quicker, give him easy completions, because it's the NFL. There's no just because the Rams look better on paper doesn't mean it's a guaranteed win. I have my prediction, but the team could show up and overlook Cam Ward, and Cam Ward could show up and toss 300 yards, and we lose 28-27 because they sleepwalk through the game.
Yeah, what is your prediction for this Sunday?
What did I say earlier? 27-10 is what I had.
That's Rams. A good one. Rams, there you go. Yeah. I was waiting for that Ram part at the end, just had to make sure.
Oh yeah, I'm always picking. Sure. It doesn't matter who, I'm always picking Rams. What about you? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think 32 to 28 Rams. And I'll tell you, I think definitely Stafford's gonna take the team down the field. I think Stafford's gonna make a lot of good plays on Sunday, which is gonna be scary. He's one of the most. I still don't think Stafford gets as much love as he do, man. I think he's still the most underrated quarterback. He's not getting talked to much. He's not getting much love on the field. So definitely want to give a shout out to Stafford. And I definitely think Titans are gonna have a field day. Like I told you, Puka, Devontae, that's gonna have a field day. So I think both of those guys are gonna have a field day. I think Titans. I think Ridley's gonna also have a field day. I definitely think this is Ridley's game. I definitely think this is time for Calvin Ridley get a 100-yard game. I think Pollard's gonna. I think the running game's gonna be a little bit struggling, especially with JC on the right side. I think they're definitely getting that bad hole. I don't think Titans going to run the ball that well on Sunday, which I'm a little bit afraid of. But we'll see. I definitely like my pick with 32-28 Rams. I definitly think it'll be really. I think at the end, I think the Rams are going to get away with it at the end. But I think at the scoreboard, it's going to be close. I think for the first 3 quarters.
Man, if I were you, man, I wouldn't care. I'm still picking my team no matter what. Like,
there you go.
There's been bad weeks. I'm just like, why not?
Yeah.
That if the game is close like that, high scoring, there's gonna be a lot of upset Rams fans. I will say that. Yeah, I will say that.
But Pierce, you've been a blessing, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show. You're the second guest to come on, man. I appreciate you. You've been fun to talk about,
bro.
Second guest, bro. Yes, sir. Second guest, bro. I like your stuff behind you. I'm getting some stuff behind me in a little bit. I gotta get some stuff behind me. So I'm gonna get
it's not even all football. I got some Metal Gear Solid up there. I'm a big gamer, so love my Metal Gear, man.
Well, Pierce, I appreciate you, and I hope you guys good luck on Sunday. It'll be definitely a fun matchup. Definitely excited to see your boys come to Nashville. Excited to see my boys' first home game. And what is your Rams prediction this year? Before end
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl against who?
Super Bowl
against who?
I have us beating the Ravens.
Ooh. Okay. Stafford MVP? Stafford MVP this year?
I can see it being like Puka. I can see it being a receiver. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It just feels like something Puka would do. Like just a 12-catch, 100-yard touchdown game, just beating the hell out of a defense. Yeah. I can see that.
Well, Pierce, then I appreciate you once again. Good luck to you guys on Sunday. Good luck to the Rams. And hopefully my boys get the upset. That's what I'm hoping for right now. We get the upset against you guys, but best of luck, bro. I appreciate you.
Yep. Niceties are over. I hope everyone stays healthy, but I hope y'all lose. Thanks again, man.
Thanks for being respectful, bro. I appreciate you, man. Little shocking pick at the end, y'all. Yes, I did pick the Rams. Pierce picked them to blow over. I mean, they 27-10 Rams at Nissan Stadium. So let me know your record predictions down below. Let me know what you guys want to see also. I think I have 3 takes. Definitely want to see Cam Ward better. Definitely offensive line. JC out on Sunday is going to be a little bit concerning. There's a lot to take in on Sunday. So if y'all going to the game, where I'm at, I'm everywhere around the stadium. I'll be my section 216. I'll be walking around. I'll be probably in the 100s as well. So, all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Tying up. We'll see you on Sunday after the Ram game. Tying up, y'all.